That's funny.
All right, we'll let-
All right, this is
All right.
recording.
Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Welcome, everybody. See, we have Jed here. What do you have for us?
Yeah.
Public comment. Hello.
Okay, well, hey, I do have public comments.
All right. We're
First of all, I
open
want
for
to
it.
address the esteemed board of the Washington County Board of Elections. I thought you guys did a tremendous job on this last spring election here. And there's a couple things that come to my mind that I wanted to bring up. One is whoever prepared the boxes for each, the accessory boxes for each precinct, they were the finest I've ever seen them.
Yay,
Okay, I
thank
mean,
you.
really, I want to
We
pay.
heard that
Thank
at
you.
more than one place.
Yes, I'm telling you, it makes it so much easier to set up, when you do that. Another issue that I would like, I don't know that we can do anything about it, but our poll books. It seems to log on to the poll books, you have to have a code. And then you have to put rep down, so, and I'm wondering for the value, what is the value of that? There's no, once you're logged on, you can use any machine you want, you know what I'm saying? But they have to be opened up in that fashion. What security measures what does it profit us to do that? What it does is, in fact, when you go to set the poll books up, you gotta go through that on every poll book in order to see that they're just in the right location. If you follow what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you're spending an extra hour at a time firing them up, putting in the codes. You can do it quick. I'm not whining. If it's the way it's gotta be, it's the way it's gotta be. But I don't see the value in doing that to poll books. That's just, they were fine the way before. I don't know that they're any better now.
Mandy maybe can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it has to do with the security to know who's charging it up and getting it up and going. And it has to be through that process.
I would say it's probably more of a software issue with the company that,
Well, it's the Secretary of State's office has told us we have to do that,
yeah,
so.
but I have trouble seeing their reasoning behind it. It doesn't accomplish anything that I can see. You don't personally log on to any poll book. You log on to one, you don't even have to put your name in there.
Yeah, but it could keep people out of it, like other people from accessing it, like the public.
Who do not have the
You
code.
do not have the code.
So for instance, on my cell phone and my iPad and everything, I have a code, I have 6 digits.
Even if you have access, what would that gain you? All
Well-
you're looking at is addresses and.
Yeah.
You
Well, you
could
could check
delete
somebody
people,
in.
you could check somebody in, you could give somebody the
You can't really
authority.
delete anybody.
No.
But no, but you can
Yeah.
give somebody the authority to vote though through that,
Right,
right?
yeah, that's what you can
Yes.
just send. and-
Yeah.
Yes, so that's what you
We
have to
don't want
worry
people
about.
doing.
Well, anyway, that's just a little pet peeve.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's going anywhere. I just thought I'd bring it up. The other issue I have is that there's a lot of, I wouldn't say that our public schools embrace us by any means to vote. They don't make us feel unwelcome, but the school system doesn't want us to do this. Okay, well, that's fine. And they've succumbed. We've done it for a few years now, using the schools as a voting place. So there was a bunch of contention going up in New Matamoros that, well, we need to move it out to the community center. But I went and looked at the community center. It is not handicap accessible.
No.
It's not going to happen. So I just wanted to say, if there's anybody comes and says, well, we need to move New Matamoros out to no, can't do it.
And I also went and looked at it.
Yeah.
Is there 2 entrances up there, like 2 roads, just one road?
No.
So now you're gonna have a little township road,
Yes.
people coming
Yes.
and going, and it's either you go in the ditch or you go over the hillside.
And there's a lot of dead people who can get to vote, it's a regular cemetery.
But then like the parking lot,
Take that
it's
back.
90%, 98% gravel. So that's for your handicap that you can't,
Well, you can't. You
Because
can't
that's-
get your wheelchair and go across the lot. You can't
Right.
do it. So just anybody that says anything, let's move it up there, no, we can't, because it will never pass. And I'm telling you, I've dealt with that guy from the state that that makes handicap accessible, and he's miserable.
Can you, have the schools given you reasons for
No.
their unhappiness?
They have not. But you just feel that they'd rather school day went away.
It does
No,
disrupt
sure.
gym class. I
Yes.
mean, it does that.
Yes.
Okay.
But I don't feel
It's a great
uncomfortable
civic
in any of the
lesson for them.
schools. I tell you, in Newport, of course, we moved it down to the gym. That seems to be a very acceptable place.
Yeah.
You know, it isn't in the school per se, so.
Right.
And I know when we were out in Warren, remember, they didn't want us out there. I mean, they just plainly made it so difficult for us that they didn't want. So, all I'm was bringing up was the new Matamoros thing. If somebody says we need to move it out there, just say, well, we can't. There's no way we can move it out there unless the township would make it handicap accessible and pave the road for us and then come pave Butler Road too, whatever.
Now, do you guys get a lot of people that walk there? That just walk to the polling place?
No, nobody.
Cause I'm wondering if, if that would be the case too there in town, that people might walk.
And I know there were people saying that the road was blocked up there. I know for a fact that it was not blocked. They were working on it and it was very difficult to
But
get
there
through.
was ways to get,
But,
yeah.
when anybody lives
Yeah,
in
there were
that,
ways.
they know how to go around to get around. So wasn't an issue, but everything was perfect up there. I mean, I want you to understand, I thought you guys did a tremendous job. I was so impressed with them boxes when I opened them up. And I thought, boy, there'll be short extension cords and but they were everything that we needed.
Wonderful.
I didn't have to dip into my box one time, so.
That's pretty good.
Very good.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
Good
That's all I
job.
got to say.
Good
You
job.
guys did a
Thanks,
wonderful
Ed.
job. You did a wonderful job.
Thanks,
Thank
very
you.
nice.
I think, like Newmap was exemplary of all of what a poll place should be, and we probably ought to get gold stars by our name.
Yeah.
Some special treatment. Just add,
A little something extra.
I thank you for your time.
Alrighty, minutes. Anyone distributed?
I read them. Thanks for the email. I like that we get them ahead. I looked over it. I had no red pen issues.
Oh, I think these are the.
Well, it's usually.
You could, I probably don't, well, you could, that must be the people for the copiers. Yeah, there's people here that I think are picking apart.
Who is it?
Well, the one is going to the commissioner's office, the oldest black and white one. And then over at Wasco, the wastewater sewer department over there is taking the copy.
So I did not go through this to find typos, did you?
I
was
read, I
relying
just
on
read,
you to do that.
I read it and nothing came
Jumped
out
at
at
you?
me.
How about you, Al?
Same.
And if she finds a mistake, that I can always correct it and then the signature page.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we can resubmit them for reapproval.
I'm sorry?
Remove all stamp.
Oh, yeah, I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes for the May 15th meeting.
A second.
Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Alrighty. Bills.
And our fees for summer conference. The RBM for our support days from the election for when they came in and did our LNA testing. And then for the trucks for United Rental for the delivery. And the trucks, I mean, that price has stayed pretty much.
The same?
It's the same, yeah, it has for several times now.
I move to pay the bills.
A second motion?
Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Alrighty.
Then we've got one directive since our last meeting, the 2026-23, which has to do with the
Frank choice.
choice voting, and that it's basically prohibited in the state. And if like a certain, like what is, like, entities that have home rule, like towns or villages or anything, then basically they don't get some of their tax money if they choose to use the right choice voting. And then it talks about candidate petitions as, if we get a public records request, which is basically what we were already doing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we didn't give that anyway, don't we?
Yeah.
Okay, guess we're on to the audit.
Yep, and me and
How did you
Melissa
do?
went through the audit, and this was the report that prints out from it. And everything came out 100%, everything matched, we didn't see any discrepancies at all, so.
And we, even though that, we didn't have to check the libertarian or the non-partisan, we still went ahead and
You went ahead and did that?
we already
Any of
went ahead
those
and did that
ballots,
as well.
yeah.
Cause there was just a few, like 5 or 6.
It wasn't very many.
So we was
Yeah.
like, might as well just go ahead and just add that in, so that was our 100% audit.
There were only a few races that were on those ballots anyway, so
Right.
they didn't take very long to check them.
But as you fly through that form, what exactly we're looking for when we do this?
Looking to see if it,
Yeah, this shows where we accepted each of them, so I mean, that's really what you're,
Each of the candidates.
or no, each of the ballots.
ballot.
Oh, each
So,
of the
yeah,
ballots.
this is from each ballot that we.
so when you say full page, does that mean that was an early vote or something, or a
It could have even been election day.
election day?
Actually, it'll say over here.
I see, okay, but I mean, it's the one who did the paper
But
ballot.
it-
That's a
was
paper
the
ballot,
paper
right?
ballot.
Yeah.
So the full page means paper
The-
ballot,
Yeah. Or that they mark, mark
okay.
paper ballot.
Is what it
What
was
it said
recorded.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's on the computer screen, you'll have your actual ballot and then what the,
How the computer
how
ran.
the printer, the computer. So you have to move your mouse to, well, some of the races.
So you had all those hundreds of,
Mhm.
yeah,
Mhm.
okay.
So one of us
So-
will read the side that's, the picture of the ballot, and then one of us looks at the side of how the computer read it, and we compare that they match. And then we switch off, on which side we're looking at.
How long did it take you to do it?
It took us a couple hours
Yeah,
at
we-
least.
We did like the first 10, then we take a break, and then we switch off.
That's a
That's
great
probably good,
idea.
because you can't do too many.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then we do
Your
the
eyes
next,
glaze
there was like
over.
29 pages, so then even the last section, we did half and half,
Yeah.
so.
Okay, reports.
Oh, and then you have to accept the,
Oh,
this
Okay.
is actually the workbook the state.
all right, so we have to
provides.
approve
We have to
that.
sign it, yeah.
I move to approve and accept the audit results.
A second?
Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, opposed? All right, so, and this is just a tabulation of that, huh?
The tabulation of, yeah,
Yeah. Okay,
this is just a workbook we get from the state that we plug everything into. And then I'll submit it after we're done using. And then I'll submit it to the state.
we got it. We lucked out, we only had to do 2 precincts, because we
Mhm.
pulled the
Yeah.
right numbers.
Mhm.
Right, yeah. You just get it out.
Sorry for the audit.
It's a, I understand. I might be doing that a lot this weekend. So I leave tomorrow with Bryce to go to away. And I'll be on Lancaster, so my husband's coming to get him. and then I'm going on others. So who knows how much sleep I'll get in the next few days.
But naps are.
Mhm.
Okay, so now we to the cords.
Yes.
All right, what's the scoop?
So the cords these are the ones that they plug from the printer,
Mhm.
for the pole pads into the pole pad.
And is it just a regular
It's,
C cord?
well,
No,
it's
that's not.
yeah,
Okay.
but what's happened is some of these have kind of went bad, so.
And one of them, we were actually testing them in the back and I went to plug it in. And when I pulled it out, the little
This little
tip
tip here,
Stayed in.
into the pole pad.
Oh,
So luckily I
lovely.
was able to pull it out.
Yeah,
But
all right, so where can we get them?
we can get them from No Ink.
Okay,
I have the estimate here for those. They're $10 a piece, which we looked on like Amazon and other stuff too, and that's about, the regular price.
do we need to get
For it.
new
How
ones
many?
for all of them?
That's what we were thinking, just so we'd have them, because it's quite a few of them.
What would that number be?
I
It
think,
was 600 there.
600
Yeah, we
cords?
got one for each, because we have 60.
Well, how many damage do you have?
They're not all like physically damaged, but there was several of them that they're just not connecting, like.
Several as in 300 of them?
Or well, we only have
I think we have
60
Oh,
anyway.
60.
Yeah, so I mean, I would say probably at least half of them,
yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
If you replaced them all, you wouldn't have an issue.
Well, that's what we were,
Then you'd have backups.
and then we could have some
Uh-huh.
backups, yeah. For whatever the other ones, because eventually I'm sure they'll go bad too. So
Well, are
that's
those the
600.
same as that?
They have a new one, this is the old one.
Uh-huh,
The new ones are white and they have kind of the braided cord,
so they're a little more,
Sturdier, maybe.
Yeah.
so.
Maybe.
Are they the same length?
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
And it's hard, even like with Amazon, because I was looking for that specific. And you either get 3 foot or 6 foot, and it's like, no, we just need the small. You don't need all that
Yeah.
extra.
I know, I don't want the
No,
extra
we don't.
cords
Yes.
out there.
Don't want all that.
and our poll books are good for how long now?
I would say, have you heard anything about about new poll books purchased? I mean, I think they should be good for at least 3 or 4,
Okay,
I mean, at least that long.
How long have you had them?
Years. We've got these ones whenever the last time we got money,
About 2 or 3 years.
yeah,
Mhm.
so I think it's just been about that long, yeah. So,
Generally, most of the election equipment has a life cycle somewhere between 5 and 8 years. So I
Right.
would kind of keep that in the back of your mind.
I just couldn't remember where we were on the cycle.
yeah,
We
these
like
ones were
3
newer, yeah,
With
so.
23,
Actually, I might have been, we got them
I think it was
23,
23,
yeah,
yeah, okay.
so,
All
yeah,
right.
it hasn't been too long. But along the same lines, we did have some that got damaged.
Got a little damage on it.
And we looked into the problems and concerns for those locations and there was nothing.
So we don't know what happened.
So we're not sure if when they were got them or took them off of the stand to do a curbside or.
What kind of damage happened?
The screen broke, the screen broke. Is it usable or not?
Well, we were able to
It's like
get
a phone.
the stuff off from this past election. We were able to get our information off of there. But that one, I would say would not be. This one's not as damaged. That's over.
Yeah, it's got a little.
Was
crack.
that damaged in transport or because of dropping?
We don't know what, we didn't
looks
get
like
over
it
the
was
poll
dropped.
workers yet. But it kind of looks like
No.
it might have been when they put it in the case, when they were packed them up.
I'd
that
say
night.
there's a real issue right there.
That's what I think.
Because
Yeah,
when we
this
put
one
them
got
up,
cracked. That's ready to go much more.
when we put them up, I would notice damage. You know, I
Right,
would
yeah, you
notice.
guys.
Oh,
when
there's
we
a-
started-
So this
That is
happened,
one.
At least the
When I was taking
I
it out
remember the
to-
one that was more
To
damaged
get
is from
the stuff
Waterford.
off of it, that's
So it
when I
wasn't on
noticed
your
that one,
map
that one,
anyway,
was- I
How
think
many
Tyler
do you
had-
have that were
If you,
used?
if you poke on the side see where the side is? No, on the face.
Yeah.
There's one where you can see kind of a crack.
See it
Give
down
to me.
here.
Yeah,
See it
push
down
on
here.
it.
I feel it. I
Yeah.
see what you're
Yeah, yeah,
saying.
yeah.
That's not just a.
No, that's gonna
thing.
come off.
Yes, yeah, no, you don't want
Yeah.
that.
So we got estimates for replacement of that too.
We, how many of them? Two?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
just the
two, so
two.
it was 700 for two of them.
I don't think you can use those two.
Well, so if we're getting new cables for them, we should
Well, I
reduce it by
think
two,
they
right?
take a different, they have a different end,
Well, so we need two less of the other ones.
so that's
One at the
true.
bottom, if
So-
you run your finger
Cause
across
if we're
that
getting
little slice, you'll
new,
feel it.
so reduce that,
Yeah, we couldn't.
reduce the other one to 58.
Wait, what?
If we're replacing two pole pads,
Yes.
they require a
take
different cable.
cords, Yeah,
So we don't need 60, we only need 58.
Okay. Okay.
Have we already voted on the cables?
yeah,
Okay,
One thing, see whether or not we can sell those back, we can get money back for those, because they could be refurbed,
yeah,
and you might be, they're not,
That's true.
they're not totally invaluable.
so I mean, it just seems like that glass on the front,
Yeah, I explore that to see whether, yeah, it's just the glass, the
Yeah,
software,
so we
everything's
can-
fine,
Mhm.
they refurb
and
those
it
all the
did still, I
time.
mean, like I said, we were able to get luckily able to get all of our information we needed off of it from the
Okay.
election, so. That's who
And
we
then-
voted.
My only question, because the newer ones we're going to get are different, they're probably the C cable, or the C,
Yeah, that's what it says,
That's-
yeah,
I
and
have
then
to get
it's a
new
different
cables.
cable.
It would be interesting to see when we're gonna have to replace them. But we're gonna have to get new cords for the ones that aren't working, but if we have to replace them in a year,
well, if we're getting.
I don't know, but
Yeah,
you know.
I mean,
Well, that's why I was asking about the longevity of the pill
Yeah.
pads, and if, as long as we're not being, I don't mind spending money to get the cords, as long as we're not having to replace them next year.
Yeah,
And I don't see
Right.
that.
Okay,
happening.
okay.
Yeah,
So now for the new cords, we actually need 58 new
58.
cords instead
right.
of 60,
Yeah.
and get the two broken, or get two replacement pole pads.
And then I'll check to see if they can give us anything for,
Yes, please.
for trade-in or maybe, I don't know.
okay, but regardless, we're gonna have to get new ones, so,
Yeah,
I move to purchase 58 new USB cables and 2 replacement pole pads.
With new cords.
Yes, with new cords, to replace the damaged pole pads.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, opposed? All right. So the summer conference, we don't have an agenda, but we know that the first registration starts at what, 8:30? Is that what you,
8:30 Monday morning,
8.
8?
8?
Yeah,
It's 8 on Monday morning, 8:30 on Tuesday.
And what's the time is the first session, 9?
Yes.
and then we do have rooms for everybody at the Easton Hilton for Sunday night and Monday night.
It's Easton, okay.
And thanks for jumping on that, getting us in.
Yeah,
You're welcome. You're welcome.
yeah, we want to be at we don't want to have to walk and drive.
Drive all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we're all going. I'm coming
We're all
up
driving.
separately, but we're gonna drive separately because I have to leave later Sunday.
And I'm
And you're
leaving
staying,
late Tuesday.
you're staying late Tuesday, and you've got family,
got
da. We don't know about Nadine, but
Oh, she'll be driving herself.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cybersecurity training.
Yeah.
I've done them.
Just came out.
I did too.
I did both of them. I did the old one that I was so bad at,
Was-
and while I was at it, I actually accidentally did the new one first.
Mhm.
And then I said, "Oh."
So the one I saw, I thought it was number 2. So it says part 3?
Yeah. Yeah,
It
this
just
will be
came
the
out
third one.
Monday?
I think Monday.
Well, I was on last night.
No,
I
but
was on yesterday and
I
did
did
it.
it. Did I do it? Maybe
Well,
I did do it
saw
Monday. Yes, I did do it Monday. You're right.
You're right for the week.
I did it
No, I did do
yesterday,
it
so I did
Monday
this
morning.
one.
Yeah, so that would have been, you would have done this one.
Okay,
You did it
yeah.
I
yesterday.
did.
Yeah, I did do it Monday morning.
So,
We're getting wind up.
I'm up to date.
yeah, I haven't done mine yet
I
either.
did part one and part two, so I will do
I
part
do
three.
like the short bits.
Short
I think,
version.
yeah, it's nicer because it
Mhm.
helps you concentrate better. You don't lose your attention span.
Right.
That's why we broke it up.
Yeah, no, I do, and it makes it a lot
Retain the
easier.
material much
You absolutely.
Yes.
better,
It does.
and you're through it quicker.
And they added more little
And there's
little
interactive
hickeys while you're
Yeah.
doing it, so that.
So you can't be ironing your clothes while you've got it playing in the other
Right.
room.
Irony.
And-
Yeah, we tried that once, it doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work. Alrighty,
I think
okay.
that's mostly all we had. I did have certificates.
Do we have to sign?
Yeah, to sign from people for the election and that.
I was approached about poll workers. And I don't know if we could maybe discuss that.
Okay,
Have you gotten phone calls?
I don't think we had anything other than what we discussed before. So,
I will tell you this, I did drive by the is it the Barlow Church of Christ? You know, down from, if you go down from the lighthouse, not the first one, but the second one. And although it's gravel there, they have, all their handicap parking is paved with the walk to the church. So it actually would pass muster.
yeah, so that would be good.
So it's
If we
St.
wanted to do
Ambrose.
that. What?
So it's St. Ambrose. Is that too far
We
out of
had
the way?
used St. Ambrose at one time.
Oh,
It's been a long,
well, they're all
it's
completely,
been a while, but we had used St. Ambrose at one
I
time.
think that was before me, because we were at Porterfield when I.
Yeah, it might have even been.
well, that's a lot farther for people. I mean, I think the location in Barlow Vincent is much more central.
Mm-hmm, I do too,
So I'd hate to go down to St. Ambrose.
yeah.
But I just wanted to throw that out there. Although personally, I prefer going to the school myself, to that gym. What did we talk about at the elementary school, then when we looked at that?
We looked at the middle school gym because it was
Was it
a
the middle
separate,
school?
yeah, it was, you go around to the back. We look at the map, go around to the back, it has a separate entrance like you met, just into the gym. So we wouldn't be walking through the school at all,
So that
so that
we
would
need to
be.
get a hold of.
And honestly, having an election in a public school to me is a civic lesson for every kid that goes to school.
Amen.
I agree.
And
Amen.
if we could maybe sell it that way, people would be a little happier with us. But I think the school's the place to go.
Yeah,
Well, we probably should double check again with the lighthouse. And, I mean, we don't have to do it right away. But I'm thinking like next month, we should reach out to the lighthouse once again to say, are you adamant that you're not willing to participate? And then we go to the school.
so
Right.
that sounds.
I mean,
The lighthouse don't want us there?
there was a kerfuffle over the signs.
Well, I know.
The lighthouse didn't like having the signs out there. And they asked us, and we said, hey, it's outside the 100, so we have nothing in it. So they went ahead and picked up the signs. Well, some of the candidate people said, oh, they're stealing our signs. Well, it was on the lighthouse property. They didn't like
It
having
was on
signs.
Facebook, they posted
Yeah, they
stealing
posted stuff on
signs because you
Facebook,
didn't like
raise
the candidate,
Cain.
which was not what was happening.
Yeah, so Lighthouse just said we don't want it
Okay,
anymore.
well, lighthouse was a problem for electric.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
there's not a lot of
It
places out.
ain't a lot of places to plug in lighthouse.
Well,
Yeah.
unless we wanted to look into that Church of Christ one, because that's a new building, number one, and
Have you
like
been
I said.
inside?
Huh?
Have you been
I
inside?
have not been inside. But the first question was, is the parking lot even, is it all,
Yeah.
because when you look, it's all gravel.
Yeah.
Well, I drove down there and actually what they did, it is gravel, but they have all this, they have, along the side is all handicap parking and that's pavement, and then they have a walk, it's all paved walk
Yeah.
into the church.
I know where that is. I'm
Yeah.
a little concerned in bad weather about that hill going down in and getting back
Yeah,
up.
it's not that,
No,
I didn't see it as being that
Okay.
steep, and it's gravel.
I haven't driven down.
It's gravel, so I mean,
Good choice.
you wouldn't have any I don't think that would be an issue.
Yeah.
But you're right, I haven't been inside. I suppose that we could, you
Yeah,
know,
we'd have
I don't
to
know if
ask.
we'd wanna,
I think for you to ask if they're,
well, who knows, they might not even be
That's
interested,
right,
so
yeah.
Right.
I suppose we could. I don't know.
I think we also ought to approach the superintendent of schools and tell them this is our
Give 'em a heads up.
situation and we really
Give them a heads
are
up.
considering middle school gym on election day.
Yeah.
I think that would be appropriate and see, you know,
Well, do we wanna go ahead and do that?
I mean, we could go ahead and broach it to them.
I don't see why we'd wait. I think, you know, we need to get ahead of this game if we're moving around and having to find places. What do you
I
think?
agree. I mean, I agree, the discussion would be, you start to have the discussion now and try to find a.
Well, we can explain our dilemma. We can talk about our dilemma.
And they would know their buildings, obviously, and the flow of that's required during the school day, and perhaps help us find a spot. But it does need to be, accessible and with least disruption as possible, it's for safety of the students.
Yeah.
Because I know that that is probably the primary concern that I've
Yeah,
heard.
yeah.
is,
Yeah.
You know,
That's
having,
right.
having, they have their security measures and things that they implement now and,
Mhm.
um.
Well, that's why when we were
Concern
looking,
is-
why it made sense to concentrate on that gym, because that can be
Separate
closed
entrance.
off, right?
Right. Like New Map. Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, that's, they can help explain that and let us know, you know, if something could be locked.
All the buildings have resource officers and county comes around to all the
Yeah.
polling
Yeah, the
places. We
sheriff's
have
department
access
comes
to them.
around.
I believe in the past, we've even had, the sheriff has even assigned a deputy.
Mhm.
If it's at
Yeah, they
school.
were, yeah, they drove.
Out at,
around.
like out at Lower Salem, I believe there was a deputy there all day.
Oh,
at one
Oh,
point.
okay.
Oh, okay.
So,
oh, yeah, because there were some,
yeah, there
they
was
had
some
a couple of
concerns
parents that
there.
really raised holy heck
So-
about that.
So, you know, that's something to think about too,
Yeah.
is to help with that. In addition to the resource officer, maybe the sheriff's department could
We'll let the
station an
PTO put
officer out
up a
there.
big sale out.
All right, so maybe you just
Maybe
shoot an
they'll be-
email to Kyle Newton and just say, this is our predicament and
Yeah,
I mean, you can let him know that what we were thinking was instead of building six, because that's not accessible.
Right.
And that other one is not accessible
yeah,
unless they've done something drastic, which I don't think they have.
Right.
That, you know, we were wondering, you know, mention, how about the middle school gym in the back?
They do have recess, the middle school, fifth and sixth. They do have recess in that area,
mhm.
that parking.
That'll
lot
change
area.
that.
And they go back through that parking area for that?
I believe so. They block it off and they have a goggle ball pit and different things that kids play on.
Oh, so we'd have to sort that
Yeah.
out.
Well, the school will make those adjustments.
Well, I mean, they could do recess in the track. I mean, they could do recess a different
Yeah,
place
yeah.
is what they.
Yeah.
I mean, we're just talking about
Inside
one
that
day.
or something.
Yeah, we're not.
Bad weather,
Those are all
they- you
things
know,
that-
rainy
Yeah,
days,
they
they
can
don't
sort
go
out.
out.
They would need to start,
Yeah,
Right.
But that, yeah, give them time.
I would bring it up now.
Stuff.
I mean, if, they might have some yank with the lighthouse and be able to convince the lighthouse
Those
to,
people that go there.
yeah,
or
I
something.
mean, they
Well,
might.
they mentioned, you know, the worry of losing their tax exemptions
Yeah, that's
because
what
they
the
have
church
political
was worried.
signs on their property. It's just their concern. I know that's state property, you
For
said,
that day.
for that day.
No,
That's
I don't
something
think
they may not be aware
But
of.
it's the optics that concerns them.
Yeah.
That's what, I mean, because it's never been an issue before, but it was a pretty hotly contested county commissioner primary. And so, and this was in an area that was very attuned to that. And some of the signs they were one, and so people were, it was a hothead type
And it was more of one candidate than the other.
I think so.
And I think as a church-going person, that's gonna be, you're gonna have a problem with your church allowing that.
Right.
Without knowing all the details,
Right.
so I wouldn't count on them changing their minds, I
But,
think we
I
really need to
mean-
move on.
The other option, and I've heard of this, I don't know if it will fly because the schools make their calendars up a year ahead of time. They have certain days that are teacher in-service days. So coming and approaching them this early, possibly they could move an in-service date. to
They've
election
already
day.
set up their days, and they, in the past, they have done that.
Yes, I have.
Where they, especially in the fall, but this year they did not. And they've already set their schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the schools have done it for November for us,
Yes.
Hmm.
but they don't for the,
But they didn't even do that this year.
so.
Frontiers is out for November, Frontiers,
And they were.
Oh, Frontier is out, but Warren is not.
right.
Well, I think because we moved out.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we moved out.
Yeah.
Well, and then I think too, cause they closed for the Barlow Fair, cause 90% of those
That's
kids
true.
are there at the fair.
Mhm.
So I think that's another reason that they,
do it for that.
yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
Okay,
just have to,
Did you have our poll worker?
well,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I did receive complaints, I think you heard this too from a poll worker. I don't know if we wanna talk about, I don't have a name, I have a name of the person that was offended, that said they were never coming back and they'd been there for years and years and years. It was a constant, correcting in a tone that was, aggressive, and you can't do that, and you're not supposed to, and this is a person that apparently, at the end of the day, just said, I'm never coming back. So I thought you would have heard from them by now.
Which location?
Reno,
Which one?
Reno.
Reno?
Mhm.
Oh, then that's.
Yeah, that's the one that
That's,
we
we've
talked-
talked about that.
Yeah.
We had the conversation with that poll worker that
Okay,
Candy had talked to us about. And he's willing to go to another location,
oh,
so,
I think with some training and some admonishment about how you treat people, possibly.
and we would
And
talk
we,
to.
that's what we talked to
Yeah, we
him
talked to him about, it's like, you know,
Yeah.
I understand where you're coming from, but you can't be as a.
You're not the poll worker police is
Go to
what
the
Right.
BLM and go
Yeah.
through
Right.
them.
Right.
So he said that the next time he will just go to the VLM and say, this is what this person's doing, you need to handle.
Mhm.
So I will warn that VLM that where he's going is.
Did we lose a poll worker for it?
We haven't, that person that, the one was aggressive towards has not got a hold of us and said anything.
Well, when you call her for
So we
November,
hope
you might
not,
find out.
Yeah, I'll let her know that that individual will not be at that
Okay.
location. So that might be, that
Okay,
might be more of a peace of mind too, that.
okay, it's addressed, all you can do.
Yeah,
Now, the
Good.
other one we talked to, and
it was then Belpre.
that one,
Oh, that's our,
Okay.
yes, I know which one we're talking
and
about.
I just can't.
It's just not gonna happen.
We're
Okay.
just not coming back.
Well, I even asked if they would be willing to go to another, nope, I wanna stay right where I'm at, I understand my problem, and we had something we had to do, and I said, I'm sorry, I have to go. And he was like, oh, okay, and kept going.
Yeah.
So it demonstrated once again what the issue was. Okay.
Yeah,
So I just can't,
Yeah.
I
No.
can't.
Well, we're not obligated to have anybody particular back, so.
Well, we
It's
don't
kind of
wanna
a
hold
shame.
up the election process, and
Right.
that's what was
That's
happening
the,
there.
that's the bottom.
That's just
and there was
not
something in the poll
okay.
workers there that said they wouldn't.
They won't come back, right,
Right,
yeah.
right.
So I can't, I mean, I'm training new people. And I don't want to discourage them from never working chorus. With incidents like that. So. If he was willing to go to another location, then I was willing to move him, but he wasn't willing.
Yeah, so,
Okay, well, then we've got our positions covered here, we won't need you.
all right.
Otherwise, I think that's all we had.
Yeah.
For today.
I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right.
Hey, thank you for the stipend,
Yeah.
guys. I love you, I do.
Well, thank you guys, Mandy and Melissa, for the election.
Yes.
They were mean to me.
Were they, who?
Well, but it's you.